What's up, everybody? Coach CeeLo here, and welcome to another edition of the No BS Six-Figure Sales Podcast. And we're doing a little tour across Miami with different podcast studios. We're in between studios right now. So right now we're coming to you. What's the name of the studio?
AM Studios.
AM Studios in Hollywood, Florida. Really, really cool. Absolutely nice vibe. I'm liking it. So anyway, guys, today we're going to talk about something that recently I've talked about in the past, but not quite the same way I'm going to talk about today. And it came through a conversation I was having in LinkedIn with somebody, and then I made a post about it. I've been a fervent evangelizer of everything that has to do with having a script. I've always been behind having a script for many reasons. It's easy to track. It's easy to show. But now, because of marketing and all the coaching gurus and everything, there's this school of, script and the school of no script. And then there's the school of using tonality and the schools of not using tonality. And the bottom line, guys, is do not fall prey to the bullshit. If you're new to the business, you wouldn't know the difference anyway. And if you're already a seasoned sales professional, if you're already a seasoned high-ticket closer, you know what I'm saying is 100% right. Don't fall prey to the bullshit. It is just marketing. It is 100% marketing. Whether you use a script or you don't use a script, guess what? You're using a freaking script. Even the ones that tell you that they train people, oh no, because that sounds too mechanical, it sounds too robotic. We teach you just to stick to a format. What the hell's the format? Is that not a script? It's the same thing, guys. I want you to understand, it's just marketing. It's how they're packaging you the product so that if you were taught one way, they can now tell you that is why it's not working. You've got to do it our new way. And if you were doing it the new way, then they'll say that is not working. It's because you're not doing it the old way. In the end, it is 100% the same thing. I am a script guy. I have used scripts my whole entire life. If I started a new offer, I would be using a script. Now, I would be using whatever script they gave me, and very, very soon, I would create my own script. Now, that's because I write scripts for a living. I get paid to write scripts for a living. I'm very good at what I do. I wouldn't recommend you do that. You stick to the one that's been working. But guess what? Once you've been doing it for a while, and you're really good at it, guess what you're not doing anymore? You are using the script, but now it's become a part of you. Now you're not thinking of it as a script anymore. It's just you having conversation. But you having conversation, you still have that format of how everything falls in. Same thing with the tonality. Oh, do you know the 5 tonalities? Do you know the 6, 7 tonalities that you need to know? You need the curiosity tonality. You need the assertive tonality. You need the certainty tonality. 100%. Oh, no, I don't do that. I think it's just better if you just showed genuine concern and curiosity. And when you showed the genuine curiosity, naturally you're going to have the curious tone. Of course. Of course you will. That is 100% true. But all of these things are just arrows in your quiver. When you get to the point of mastery, these are just different arrows in your quiver. The whole point is you stick to a script because you know it works. Now, if you're leading a team, you have them stick to a script because that way you can gauge if what they're doing is right or not, and you can gauge where they're messing up and help them do it. But if you've got a top producer that's closing at 40, 50, 60, 70%, and they're doing everything exactly the way it's supposed to be, they're not misrepresenting, they're doing everything right, leave them the hell alone. Now, if you've got the script and you've mastered it to where you've made it your own now you're going to weave in and out of that thing. You're going to have conversations. You're going to come back and you're going to know right where to come back. Guess what that is? That's the format. It's the same thing. Oh no, because the scripts are too mechanical, because you're saying the same thing. What if you had to ask a different question? Well, then you ask the different question. Is that going to take you off your script? Not if you mastered it. If you're new, you're going to suck no matter what. You're going to suck at doing the script. You're going to suck at doing your tonalities. You're just going to suck because you're new. Maybe not new to sales, but maybe new to that product, to that offer, right? You're going to suck. And then you're going to get really good at it, and then you won't. Whether you were using a script or not, if you were using the format, it's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. It is the same exact thing. One is just a little more formatted than the other. One just has a little bit more rigidity in the beginning than the other. Once you've mastered it, you think that because you have a script, you're not going to ask the right question? Well, that's not sticking to the script. Once you've made it your own, it is your script. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. But you needed to get to that point of mastery. So whether it's the set discovery questions, oh my God, but if you had set discovery questions, what do you have? Guys, when you're going 3 levels deep, are you telling me that on the script you have all 3 and 4 and 5 level questions? No. Even on a script, you probably just have first level, maybe second level. You know you got to go down at least one more level. Is that on the script? No. Is it not the same thing then? Same thing with the tonalities. The reason why I'm harping on this is I don't care either way. I just want you guys to get good. What I don't want you is to get mentally lost in the bullshit. The point is that you make money. The point is that you represent a product the right way, that you make the offer money and you make yourselves money. That's the point. The point is that you help the person that's on the Zoom call or on the phone. That is the point. The point is that you help them move on from the biggest objection of all, which is themselves. The biggest objection that you're going to have every single time is not the money, is not think about it, it's not my wife, it's why haven't I made this decision already? There's a reason why I have not made this decision yet. And that reason is because they haven't met you. You're going to be the reason why they're going to make this decision today. And you're going to help them realize why they haven't made this decision. And you're going to help them figure out how long it's been since they needed to make this decision. You're going to help them figure out how much damage it's done not having made this decision and all the damage it's going to make by not making the consequences of not making this decision. And you're going to help them over that bridge. And whether you're using a script or you're not is not going to make a difference. What's going to make a difference is how many times you practice this. What's going to make a difference is how good you get at this. What's going to make a difference is you reassessing what you've done, going back, fixing it. That's what makes the difference. Now, in my opinion, having a script will make it easier because you can go back and figure out where the mistakes are happening. But once you've mastered it, then you can get into everything else. So it's funny because the ones that are pitching against scripting, they're just teaching you to do level 2 at level 1. Which is counterintuitive. And by the way, not everybody can do that. You have to have a certain amount of intelligence. You have to have a certain amount, and I don't mean average either. All right? So When you hear about these people that are making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a month in sales, that's a lot. Are there people out there that are doing it? Absolutely there are. But that person has a Mensa level intelligence, and those are people that whether they had a script or didn't have a script, none of that would have mattered. They are so intelligent that they could literally persuade anybody to do just about anything. Now, again, we're doing this for the person's good, not against their good. It's in spite of themselves, in spite of that biggest objection. But if it were up to me and my own devices, I would start everybody off on a script, and you would stay on a script until you mastered it. And once you mastered it, then we could talk about playing with it a little bit, being a little more open format from there. Tonalities. Absolutely, you need to use tonalities. But now, if you're having a flowing conversation, you're going to have those natural tonalities. But what happens if you need to shift the conversation? What happens if you need to create a little bit of doubt or poke a hole in something? Well, that's when you pull out that arrow that you had from when you knew your tonalities and you let that baby out. And that might not have come out in the regular conversation, because in that regular conversation, that would have not been the natural progression of that conversation. But because you are trying to persuade and you are trying to take this conversation in a specific direction, you as the professional are going to pull that arrow out of your quiver, and that's the arrow that you're going to put with your bow, and that's the one you're going to use. So that you can help them come to that realization that, oh, wow, nobody's ever said that before. Selling is leading. And nobody's going to let themselves be led if you aren't helping them realize why they should be led. I mean, there's some people that will anyway, right? Those will be laydowns no matter what. But everybody else, you're going to have to show them why. And sometimes they don't even understand it. Most of the times, they don't understand it. Most of the times, they do not know why they haven't been able to pull the trigger. They know that they didn't feel like pulling the trigger. They know that they were scared of pulling the trigger. But they didn't understand why. And when you can verbalize that better than them, when you can verbalize their problems better than them, they are going to trust you in your recommendations and decisions because you were able to put something in words that they couldn't. And if it makes sense and it moves their emotions, logic and emotion, guess what's going to happen? You're going to help that person. And you're going to be able to help that person over the bridge when nobody else did. So guys, let's put this one to rest. Script or no script, I don't give a damn. Tonalities, contrived tonalities, or natural conversation, I don't give a damn. Here's what I give a damn about. Master your craft. If you're new, don't fall sucker to the it's this or that. It's one or the other. It's both. You're going to suck if you're doing scripts and you're not present and aware and have situational awareness with the person. But you're also going to double suck if you're trying to follow a basic format and you don't have a script to fall back on when you don't know anything yet. So if you're new, don't fall suckers to that. And if you're not new and you're having issues, I'm going to tell you right now, your biggest problem is your ego. I'm going to tell you right now. And if it bothered you a little bit when I said that, that lets you know I was right. If you think it's all good and you're not where you want to be, it's your ego. I'm telling you, I've been mentoring and coaching people for many years. on a corporate professional level. Now that I've been doing it on my own, it's so much more obvious. Because when you're doing it at a corporate level, everybody knows who you are already. So people will listen to you and you get them results and they'll listen to you. But when you're doing it from a coaching level, everybody who's had a modicum, the smallest modicum of success, their egos are cashing checks that their bank accounts can't cash. Excuse me. Their egos are writing checks that their bank accounts can't cash. They had a little bit of success. They think they know it all. And yet they're not where they want to be. But then if somebody wants to show them the way, they still think they know better. I got news for you. If you don't know better, or if you know better, you'd be there. If you knew better, you would be there. Now, I'm not trying to make this into a rant. I just want you guys to be able to self-analyze and say, where am I? Am I a newbie or am I a seasoned professional? And if I'm a seasoned professional, or not even seasoned, I'm a professional. If I'm a professional, am I where I wanted to be? No. If you're not where you wanted to be, then humble yourself a little bit and listen to people that can help you get there. That's all I'm saying. And don't be sold on the script, no script, tonality, no tonality. That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit and it's not. Meaning they're both important. You should be good at both of them. That's it. That's what I wanted you guys. If you can understand that, you can move on and continue to get better. Self-assess. Get some help. There's no reason why you're not making the money that you want to make. This is sales. This is the best job in the world. But it's also the hardest easy job you will ever have, or the easiest hard job you will ever have. We don't have to have the 7 years of education, but you're going to study a lot longer than that, and you're going to get better and better at your craft while you're doing it. But if you want to start making that kind of money now, start getting better every single day. Work on yourself. Don't fall prey to all the bullshit. There's a million sales gurus out there. Half of them don't know their head from their ass. Half of them were somebody just like you 2 or 3 years ago that took a course somewhere. They've never managed a sales team in their life. They don't even know what that is. They were just somebody that learned what you learned, and now they want to teach it to you. And they might not have even had success doing it. Some people were extremely good salespeople. They made a hell of a lot of money as a salesperson. They don't know their head from their ass on how to teach or mentor people. At least they got it done. But they have no clue how to help somebody else over the bridge either. Find yourself somebody who's good at both. Anyway, guys, my name is Coach CeeLo, and I have helped thousands of salespeople, business owners, entrepreneurs, not only crack 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, reach, attain, maintain. You keep listening to me, you'll be the next. I am out of here.